Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're another foray into medical evaluation boards. And today, because there's been some confusion, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about timeline as well as VA ratings versus the DoD rating. And again, this is one of those things that at the beginning, it all seems like a blur. So I want to spend a little bit more time and really pound this one home. So let's talk about the ratings portion first. When you're going through the MEB, the IDES, the Integrated Disability Evaluation System, you need to understand two things. You're getting your VA ratings and you're getting your DoD ratings. Now, the VA cares about everything, all of you. So whatever has happened to you while you have been in the military, and that is service connected, you can claim for a VA examination. So when you make a VA claim, your Veterans Affairs Military Service Coordinator will take and go, okay, yep, we've got you scheduled for that appointment. Now, let me say this. If for some reason you had a condition, let's say a broken ankle, that happened to you while you were in high school or junior high or whatever, and now it has healed, but coming into the military, the work that you have done has created a problem with that same ankle because the military exacerbated a prior injury. You may claim that, okay? So understand it doesn't have to be something that exactly happened while you were on active duty in the reserves and on a drill status or guard in the drill status. It just has to be tied to the military, that the military, because of your duty, whatever it was, your deployment, it had messed it up, you can claim that, okay? So VA cares about everything. Not so much the DoD. The DoD only cares about that unfitting condition or conditions, and that's what you're being boarded for. Now, I need you guys to be advocates, though. So I spoke to somebody, and they were saying to me, hey, Mike, I got my lower back, I got my knees, I've got my wrist, I've got migraine headaches, I've got mental health issue where I've got a diagnosis. And I said, okay, well, let's talk about all those things. So if you are on a profile, make sure you're on a profile for each one of those things, not just one. Because what's going to happen is we want to include all of those things into your MEB case file so you reach that magic 30% rating from the DoD, which gets you TRICARE Prime for life and your blue retiree ID card. Okay, so what I said to this person was, look, make sure your PCM understands that if any one of those are keeping you from doing your job. So let's say it's your lower back, can't do push-ups. Well, it's also your wrists, can't do push-ups. Lower back, you can't do sit-ups. Let's say with both the lower back and the knee, you can't do a run. All of those things need to be enumerated so that when it comes time for your NARSM to be filled out, we can list each one of those things. And every one of those things adds up in your MEB case file to get you to that magic 30%. Now, the one person I was speaking to was about, they had also major depressive disorder, severe recurrent without psychotic episodes. Now, as long as you've got a diagnosis for a mental health condition, and you've had it for more than a year, so where your therapist has tried to get you better, and you can't arm up or you can't do your job as a result of that, you need to make sure your mental health care provider is also in touch with your PCM so that they can either dovetail those things together in a NARSM or that each one writes a separate NARSM, one for your physical health and one for your mental health conditions. So make sure that happens and advocate for yourself because you should be able to have all of those things on there. And with major depressive disorder or general anxiety disorder or PTSD, those can get you to 30% pretty quickly. But again, remember, you're going to have to watch your PCMs, both mental health and physical health, to make sure that they've got all of those things identified and in your profile so that you can then have those included into your NARSM, your narrative summary, and then that's what's part of your MEB case file so that the informal physical evaluation board rates each one of those things to get you to that 30%. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, again, you're always welcome to get in touch with me and we can talk about those things. And I actually have a link down in the bio so you can hit that and go to the Facebook page and then we can link up there. Okay, let's talk about timing now, in terms of schedule. Somebody said to me, hey, Mike, this is really great. I've got my exams done. They came back. Now I'm just waiting on my ratings. No, you're not. What happens is once those exams come back, they have to be reviewed. They have to be reviewed by your PCM. They also then have to be signed off on by other doctors before your PEBLO will call you in, have a meeting with you, go over these things, and then you can then sign off if you agree with them. So you don't get your ratings until you've agreed with everything that's on that sheet that says, here are your unfitting conditions. Then you sign off on it. Your file is put together. It's transmitted up to the Informal Physical Evaluation Board. And then you're waiting on your ratings. And your VA and your DoD rating will come down at the same time. So when you get those back, you've got your ratings before, please, I'm going to beg of you, before you do anything, please just reach out to me. Last night, we also had a hit from one of the Air Force lawyers at the Office of Disability Counsel, and she's been actively involved in saying to the Air Force personnel, hey, look, I'm going to send you a PM, get in touch with me, let's go over this. So she's been a big help as well. But please, let's make sure you're doing things correctly and that you're accepting ratings that are to your maximum benefit. And if there's a way for us to get you more, because you can appeal to the formal board and talk to the Disability Council, that could help you. So take your time, go through this slowly. If you've got questions, again, please address them to me. I'm more than happy to help you. And if you'll go back on our Facebook page and take a look at some of the things that people have said, my background, things I like to do, it might give you that sense of trust that you need to be able to move forward and do so in a way that takes away that anxiety for you. So I hope that helps. It's Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. Please be safe, and we'll get together again soon.